I apologize that I've not had much time or ability to give this a lot of thought, but I'm going to help try to give you as much information as I can as to how you can keep the website westsidecommunity.org updated on behalf of Westside Community Church. First of all, Westside Community Church, its website is powered by WordPress. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to log into WordPress. This should be what it looks like when you get started. Sometimes they'll say, oh, updates and all that jazz. That's wonderful. Before you update, though, I highly recommend that you contact the gentleman, Herman Masser, one of our elders. His company is in charge of keeping a backup of the website in case something goes wrong. I highly recommend that you have him make another backup before you update the computer. Okay, so the most important things are, first of all, we have a calendar on our website. I'm going to make this real easy for you. There's several websites that we utilize in order to give information to the website or just keep stuff in store for ourselves. First of all, we have a Gmail account. Once you log into that with the credentials I've given you, you can click over here, go to the calendar, and as you can see, the calendar has all sorts of things. You can create events, edit events, make them recurring, etc., etc. I'm sure you can figure that out. This links directly to the calendar on the website, so when you update the Gmail calendar, the website calendar will automatically update. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. The other website that we utilize is called OneDrive, and it's basically a storage, storage facility. And I will be adding more information and documents that you might need. You can use it for storage of photos, which I highly recommend because anyone can log in, since it's a network that you log into using a website. Anyone can log in and access the photos and the music, the documents, whatever you have. So I highly recommend you use this to keep your files. The website itself is not meant to have tons and tons of media files, such as documents or pictures or whatever. So I recommend that as you update pictures and documents and things like that in the website itself, you delete the old ones. But as far as OneDrive goes, you're welcome to keep, you can ask Herman how much storage we have in here, but we should have a lot, and it should be able to hold old and new files. So I'm going to go ahead and close OneDrive. Now here is the, again, dashboard that you will see when you log onto the website. Okay, the most important things. Okay, first of all, we have media. Here we have our media library and add new. I always open it up in a separate tab, so I right-click, open link in new tab. Here we go. Here's our media library. It's looking at all the media items, pictures, documents, sermons, MP3s I've done of the sermons, etc., etc. Now, what's really great about this is if you've opened it up in a different tab, you can click on a picture or a piece of media, and on the right-hand side, you will see the URL that is the location of that particular media. So what you do is you highlight it like I just did. You do Control-C, which is a copy. Close it. Go back up on the other tab to your dashboard. And then when you have your pages, you can look in your pages. I just clicked all pages. You can, click on whatever page you want to edit. You can do edit or quick edit. It'll pull up that page. And in here, in this blank, is where you do all your editing. This is a visual editor, so it lets you do it kind of like Microsoft would let you edit stuff in Microsoft Word. If you're interested more in the text of it, you can do the code, whatever you wish. I prefer visual, it's easier. If you want to insert a picture, excuse me, I'm just going to click right here. Okay, let's say I wanted to add that picture of Pastor Joe that I just copied the URL from. You can do insert, add media. Oh, forgive me, you can select it just from the media files or whatever. That's great. And you can go add Pastor Joe and then insert onto page, and it'll put Pastor Joe on the page. if for some reason you need to, I forget why. Oh yeah, let's say you're doing a hyperlink. Let's say I want this to link to Pastor Joe, his picture. I highlight it, then I insert edit link, then I paste Pastor Joe's picture that I just copied. You can even have it open it up in a new window or tab. I highly recommend you always check that. So whenever you're hyperlinking anything, you're going to want to paste the URL of the media or the website or whatever you're doing to locate. And then I highly recommend, like I said, you open it up in a new tab, you click add link. Yay! So now when you click on it, technically it should take you to Pastor Joe's picture, and that's what it'll do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that link, remove. There we go. Now back to normal. Once you make any changes to a page, since we're in pages, make any changes to a page, you're going to want to click update. And there's a lot of new things that have that are going on that I have not taken advantage of yet. For example, featured image of the page. You can set a featured image. Basically what that does is when you go to the page, let's say connect care group. So here's the page. I went to a different tab. When you go to the page, it'll have the title of the here it is. It has the title up there. If you want a featured image, it's an image that'll pop up above the whole thing, which is really nice when you're introducing a specific thing. I think Pastor Joe really wants that. He wants each page, each item to have the title and the nice featured image. So I don't have any updated images. You'll have to take care of that yourself, figure out how wide you need to make it, etc. All that can be done in the media tab back on the dashboard. So, okay, I'm going to get out of this, go back to WordPress. Okay, here's WordPress again. So that's basically how you do media. You can add new or do the library. Here's pages. You can go to, edit specific pages or add new, all pages, etc., etc. We don't do comments because we're not using this as a blog. We're using this as a website. All right. One of the next most important things to do is appearance. You go to appearance and customize. This is the same as going up to I guess an option is not a bit. Okay, sorry, never mind. Go to appearance and customize. What this should do is take you to what the website actually looks like, and then they've made it easy for you to edit certain things here on the left-hand side. I highly recommend you don't edit things like general header, footer, styling, etc. What you're going to want to edit the most is the bootstrap slider. I'm sorry it's taking forever to appear, but the bootstrap slider is this. It's the slideshow on the front page of the website. So you're going to want to go down here and keep going down. I'm still under the bootstrap slider. And slide 1. This is slide 1. It's let's go back, sorry. See, so here's slide 1. It's got the picture of the dove with all the people, etc. I used paint.net to make that. You can use whatever you want to edit photos. But anyway, it says the title for the slide 1 says Welcome Sunday Service. The description is right underneath the title, and then there's usually a little button there. Now, if you need to redo where these buttons, what they're labeled as well as where they hyperlink to, you can change it here. So for example, in between the quotes, who we are, so see how I've highlighted this URL? You don't want to delete the stuff around it, but this is something that you can replace. You can say, oh, I'd rather it link to google.com, and then you can put in right here, blah, 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 http://w.google.com. Okay, and then if you want to change what the button itself says, it says learn more, or you can say click here. You're going to want to change this right here. But this is the code that tells the slider what to hyperlink to and what to look like. And it's very easy. You can engage or disengage that slide. So for example, on slide 2, Slide 2, on or off. It's old. I need to update it. So let's say I don't have time to update it yet. I'm just going to turn it off right here until I have time. See the button, and I actually had a flyer uploaded to our media, and remember I told you you can copy the URL of where the media is located. You're going to want to put that URL right here in between the quotation marks. So if I wanted it to lead to Pastor Joe, I would click paste, and it would have Pastor Joe's picture pop up. Okay, slide 3 is obviously our American flag with our message there. The button should link to a flyer if you need to update the flyer. Again, like I said, you're going to want to change in between the quotation marks. You're going to want to change the URL where the flyer is located. This was also some sort of men's survey. Oh, there we go. It's a candlelight service. I turned off that slide. So slide 4 is also turned off right now because it doesn't apply, and I haven't had time to change it. Slide 5 is for our school. You know, if you want to reorder how any of these slides have appeared, you're going to have to do it manually. I highly recommend you copy paste everything or take, you know, screenshots or whatever. So that you can remember how it was done. So here we go. This was the bootstrap slider. So I'm sliding up. Bootstrap slider. Okay, so I'm going to go back. All right, now the next thing I'm just going to tell you about, I've done certain things to the website. As you can see, there's this, the title and the logo and all that stuff is kind of floating above the background picture. I used custom code to do that. I also used the custom code to tell it, you know, how high it needs to be above the bars and how it looks like on your phone and things like that. If you feel the need and you have the knowledge, you can go into the custom CSS and you can change it. This is the custom code I use for the style sheet. So whatever you do in custom CSS will take precedence over the CSS that's been put into WordPress. So this is the latest and greatest. This is what will be done. So I'm going to go back. What else do you need to know? If you feel like it, you can go through and change all sorts of things. Like the menus, these are all the menus up here. They have sub-menus. I'm going to save and publish because remember I changed and turned off slide number 2 in the bootstrap slider. So that's the main thing that you're going to be doing, is changing the bootstrap slider and the media on the pages, because some of these pictures are old. Oh, it went back to the pages. Okay, if I just click dashboard, it takes me home. Yay, it's wonderful. Okay, so here we are back at the dashboard. See, dashboard up there. We don't do posts. This is not a blog, but WordPress is a blog whatever thing, I can't think right now. Anyway, okay, so appearance. In here you could also do theme options. The widgets is good because, let me click on it. With this, for example, and let me go back to the website itself. See how I have members corner, donation button, and the calendar on the right hand side, also the brief website tour. Okay, that is all part of my widgets. So I'm going to go back to WordPress. Okay, so see on my widgets, I have sidebar 1. This is the one on the right. This is the image of Members Corner that I created with a link to it. So there you go. The donation button, I got the code from PayPal itself to link to PayPal's website in order to give your tithes. Calendar, we have the simple calendar widget. It's great. The website tour, again, I customized its width and height so it wouldn't be too big. And then, again, in between the quotes, and there's a quote. There we go. In between the quotes is where the YouTube hyperlink is. So anyway, you can adjust its location. Oh my gosh, you can do all sorts of things. You can add all sorts of things, whatever you want. Now, the next most important thing in appearance is the menus. If you have to change anything in the menus, I just clicked on it. Sorry, my computer's slow. But here's the menu structure. This is very important. This is the top navigation menu. Go back into the website. See all the menus up here. If there's any sub-menus, there's a little arrow down and you float over it and it pulls other things. So back to WordPress. This is where I arranged it. So home is a main menu. This is a main menu. These are all sub-menus. In fact, I think, let's see how the photo galleries, there's the media, there's sub-menus, and then there's even more sub-menus under photo galleries. So if I picked this and clicked on it and moved it over here, it would suddenly appear under newsletters. I don't want to do that, but just letting you know. There we go. You can delete it. You can save it. What else is real important? Theme options. I don't remember what this is. Forgive me. Oh, okay. This was important. In fact, on OneDrive, I will upload the document that I created that has screenshots of all the settings for theme options, because if you sometimes the website has been restored from a backup or whatever and the theme options have been gone, and so I have a document that tells you exactly what each thing should be. So for example, this is the location of the media of this picture, which I created. It has a blank background, so it floats and it doesn't have a weird square background to it. Back to WordPress. There's the layout. I wanted it to be the main page with the sidebar, so I can have all those cool things on the sidebar like this. Let's see. You can save changes, reset, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Header, footer. Like I said, I highly recommend you don't mess with this stuff. This is very similar to the this is exactly theme options. So when you go to customize and it takes you where you can mess with the bootstrap slider and all that, if you go to appearance and theme options, this takes you to the same thing. It just won't have the website on the right hand side. So if you go to customize, it'll let you customize all this stuff, and then the website will appear on the right hand side and you can see your changes as you're making them. If you know what you want to do, you can just go to appearance, theme options. It's a lot faster because it doesn't require the website to load, and you can change the slides, the buttons, blah blah blah. There's also, so exactly what you can do under customize, but it's called theme options. Again, if you are good with CSS, you are custom style sheets, you're welcome to put your own things. See the float logo image, I'm making it float, and anyway, blah blah. What else is real important? I have some add-ons, form makers, which like I was putting into contact us, like, oh, fill out this form and it'll send it to us. Well, I had been having trouble with that. So if you want to figure out how to make it actually work, you're welcome to. I don't know what's going on. Photo galleries, our photo galleries are working. When you go up to here, when you go to our media and go to photo galleries, they're done a certain way. I have the free version of everything. And I think that's it. I think go to calendars. Let me just check this out. Okay, so there's the event calendar. That should be our calendar. You know what? I'm going to go into the website itself. Click on the calendar. See what it looks like. Okay, I don't know why it has two. There was something I did that made it have two labels in the URL, and I hate that, but whatever. Okay. You can edit how the calendar appears. There are special API keys and all sorts of stuff you have to do in order to get the calendar to show on the website. It's done right now. I don't know if you have to do it again after updating WordPress. I don't know, so I apologize for that. Settings, I can't remember. Here we go. See, settings, Google API key. Here's step-by-step instructions to tell you what to do in order to get this key so that it'll link to the Gmail calendar. So whenever I change the Gmail calendar, ta-da, changes on here. And if you hover over it or click on it or whatever, it tells you what's going on that day. So there's our calendar. I don't like that it's small, but it was better than the big one or something. I don't remember. Anyway, okay. So see our media. I need to kind of go through and delete old pictures and stuff because these are really old. There's lots of sermons and PDFs of the sermons. Honestly, keep these in the OneDrive, but I wouldn't go back more than a year, maybe 6 months when you're uploading sermon PDFs and or MP3s because they take up a lot of storage. Now the second thing is when you're uploading pictures and big media files, you're going to want to probably compress them or make them, well, have less, use less storage. So yeah, so anytime you upload a picture, before I upload them, I have them all in my folder, and then I open it with a picture editor in order to compress them. They still look pretty good, and it does not use as much bandwidth to upload them because we have limited bandwidth. And if you find out that, you know, the website's not showing up when you click on it and there's all sorts of problem, you know, talk to Herman, and he will increase the bandwidth temporarily for the month. If you're doing a lot of uploading, I highly recommend you keep an eye on that. Okay, well, that's about it. Media library, pages, calendars. Appearance is the most important. Like I said, customize and theme options are the same. Customize lets you see the website on the right. Theme options doesn't, so it's technically faster, uses less bandwidth. See, you can look up tools, you can change the settings, you can look all sorts of that stuff. Let's see. Let me go back to widgets real quick. Okay. So widgets can help you add things to the pages, and I think the plugins, let me see what the plugins are. Oh, there they are. There, plugins. Installed plugins. Sorry, postpone. The plugins need to be updated. Some of them help us do stuff because they're activated. I don't think we need the child theme anymore because we use the regular theme. Custom sidebars, that's great. I like it. Form maker, you'll probably want to update. Photo gallery, you'll want to update. I think we use Redux, so I would update. Simple calendar, I would definitely update. Google Maps, I would update if you can. See, so these are all plugins that help us make our website look cool. Anyway, if you go up here, you know, you can visit the website. I would just right click and open it up in a new tab. Here we go. Here's the dashboard again. You can add additional pages. I'll let you figure that out. And if you have any questions, you can let me know. I think that's all I can think of, so good luck.